Wonder what it'll be like.
Haven't the slightest. Well, maybe like college, only more fun. A little study and a lot of flying.
Morning, sir.
Here you are, Sergeant. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
I thought you went through that routine at ROTC.
Oh, sure. But this is my first real official Air Force salute.
Call me when you're through and I'll come get you.
Okay. You feeling all right?
Oh, stop it. I always feel fine.
Well, see you later then. Take care of Willie.
Willie, the name is Boris.
It gives me the utmost pride and pleasure to welcome such a diversified class for supersonic pilot training. It is my understanding that we have students from the Air Force Academy, from officers' training schools, several from within the Air Force, and many straight from the Air Force ROTC program, as well as a few foreign students. This diversification will help lead to
tribulations. The joys and triumphs you will experience during your training year will become a part of your fondest memories, memories you will carry throughout your Air Force career. So, if I, in any way, might help in developing a memory or two, remember, my door is always open.
Lieutenant Thiel, sir. Thiel? Captain Bowie, your training officer.
Glad to meet you.
Where are you from?
New Hampshire, sir.
New Hampshire? Glad to meet you.
Thank
103,
you.
please.
Lieutenant Blake, sir.
Blake? Captain Bowie. Glad to meet you. Where are you from?
California, sir.
Glad to meet you.
Thank you.
103.
Boy, it's hot. I'll be glad to switch into suntans.
Same here.
Reminded me of registration at college, only better organized. They've got our wings on display. Unless you wash out, they stay there until you graduate. They treat you like a human being.
Like an officer and a gentleman?
Sure, it's the same thing. Oh, yeah, something else. All married students are allowed to live off the base. And I got a lead on a good apartment.
Are you ready to order now? What are you having?
During the first week, the student will complete orientation and processing. There are forms to fill out, and more forms. Classes to attend, places to go, and more places. flight gear to pick up and get fitted, patches to get sewed on, shots to get, doctors to see, and more forms.
You know what? It's Saturday. 1 week down and only 52 to go.
Think you're going to like it?
Oh, first week's been a little tough. Got to expect that. But when we start flying...
Guess I'm in for it. Just an airplane jockey's wife. Come on, let's go look at that apartment the Family Services Office told you about.
Okay, let's go. I guess you require first and last month's rent.
Yes, we do. You know, most of our tenants are students like yourself. You'll have plenty of company.
Good. You know, maybe I can get into a carpool. Do you like it?
Oh, it's just fine. Let's move right in. If we can get the furniture delivered.
That shouldn't be any problem. Here's where I'm setting up the study.
Flight instruments, flight indoctrination, flight planning, navigation, synthetic trainer, weather, aviation physiology, and physical conditioning.
Finally, you begin flying.
How far is it to the T-41 field?
About 30 miles from base.
Way out in the boondocks.
It saves embarrassment. A guy can make all the mistakes in the world out there, and no one at the home drome will ever know.
What's all that noise?
I don't know, it's from behind the building over there. Holy mackerel, is that the T-41?
If it is, we've been had.
You ever flown an airplane, Lieutenant?
No, sir.
Well, we'll give you your dollar ride. You'll get the full 30 hours. Okay, you take control. Easy, boy. It's not like driving a hot rod.
Look at that dodo. It's a good thing he isn't driving a jet.
Well, that's why they start him off in T-41s.
Okay, Blake. I'll take over.
Hi.
First flight was a cinch.
Really?
Started already, huh?
Never too soon.
Oh, this is for you.
That's only a week away. I'll have to get a new dress.
That baby is costing me money already.
Who's that man?
I don't know.
He looks mean.
Done all I can for you, Lieutenant. You're on your own.
Thank you, sir. Down as easy as I got up, I'll have it made. Play it cool now. Remember, he's not here to do the watching. Boy, this is living. Uh-oh. This one's gotta be. Jeannie, honey? Chalk one up for old Dad. I did it!
Oh, Bob, I'm so proud.
How you feeling? How's Oscar?
Oh, I feel simply marvelous. The name isn't Oscar, it's, Chauncey. Chauncey Blake.
Say, that's got class. I'll be home real soon, honey.
All right. Bye. Bob, honey, you can't study all night. You've better come to bed.
Airman shield, magnetic barrier, course interception, performance specifications, climb data, W over G times A, spoiler systems, thrust attenuators, overheat, anti-ice, oxygen systems, pre-flight, post-flight, computer, alternators, instruments, level on, adverse yaw, checklist, handbook, snake bite, explain, describe, define, list, identify.
Bob, wake up.
I dozed off.
You've got to take it easy. This studying half the night is too much. Now come on, get to bed.
Don't be asleep when you gotta go, and you better know how to go. And you better know how to land. That's why the simulated before the real. The link trainer before the jet trainer.
How do you read me?
Loud and clear. Now put your helmet on, your microphones, and your mask.
A low-wing, dual-control jet trainer, powered by 2 turbojet engines. The T-37 is known affectionately as the Screamer, the 6,600-pound dog whistle, and is occasionally described as a machine for converting fuel into noise. These and similar comments will be forgotten in the cockpit.
Get your nose up, Lieutenant. Get your nose up.
This bank control goes haywire.
Well, have you let him just while you're flying the airplane?
Good gravy. Well, what are they selling here? Pilot training or calculus?
Some of these students are so far behind the aircraft they wouldn't get hurt if they crashed.
I know what you mean. That's why I keep pounding it in their heads. Learn those procedures. Learn those procedures.
What is the emergency procedure for engine fire or overheat during start?
Throttles cut off, fuel shut off, T-handles pull off, battery off.
Is it better now that you're flying jets?
This is an aircraft, Blake, not a wheelchair. Okay, roll it again. And this time, don't let it fly you.
I couldn't fly a kite.
I couldn't pilot a captive balloon.
Bob, will I get to see you during the Ladies' Day visit?
You bet.
This, of course, is a T-37 trainer, but ladies will be covering all phases of training during your visit today.
Oh, golly, just look at all those dials.
While it seems complicated, learning to fly is really a step-by-step buildup of knowledge and experience. Each student is thoroughly briefed on all aspects of each mission before flying.
What a job. I had no idea how tough a course it is.
Oh, it's not so tough. They just didn't insist on everybody being a genius.
Oh, you're a genius.
Yeah. Tell that to my instructor. Jeannie, I've been thinking. If I wash out,
If you wash out.
I'm going to study pharmacy.
Oh, well, what brought this on?
Well, I've used up all my pre-solo time. That calls for a progress check flight. Blow that and I'm dead.
Blake? All set for that check ride?
All set, sir.
Major Wilson will be your check pilot. I'll be out at mobile control.
We're glad to meet you, Blake. Well, let's go.
All right, Blake, let's see a power on stall series. Fine, Blake. One more good landing and I'll turn you loose.
old man said about keeping the eyes moving. Uh-oh, there goes my altitude. Easy now. Don't overcorrect. Attaboy. Right on the button. Now another little slide and head home. Okay, hold it steady. Don't goof. Gear down. Pressure up. No warning lights. Flaps down. Power back steady. Great. Got it made.
Hey, Blake!
Just a minute, I'm trying to get my wife.
I know, she's up at the hospital.
Can't understand it. She's always home at this hour.
Blake, she's at the base hospital.
Operator, will you get me...
She's what? The hospital?
Yeah, but
Well, why'd you say
That's
so?
what I've been trying to tell you. What? Hey, it's a boy, a 7-pound boy.
I think I'm going to order you. All you do is a procedure in your first.
Roll one for me.
Go for your 6. You're going to save your 4. I didn't know that. Screwed up. 4 6 on 4. That's all year. We're rolling dice with 25 dice. I don't think that's...
Hey, Daddy-O. Come on over.
Hey, where are the cigars, Father? Why aren't you out playing bachelor?
I want to be where the action is. Have a cigar.
Yes, sir.
All you do is a procedure in your first.
No, I mean it. That instructor tried to wash me out.
Well, they've got to pour on the pressure.
Listen, if I'd known all the pressure and the tension beforehand...
I'd have tackled the program anyway. I like to fly.
Me too. Fighters are for me.
Listen, that T-37 had me buffaloed, but not anymore, man.
You a tiger, Daddy-O?
I like flying, but all the competition. Who needs it? Rah, rah, rah. Win that soccer game. Beat the other guy. Get that top assignment for yourself. You tell me. You gotta have competition. Cream always rises to the top. They gotta see if you can take it.
Fly. Study. Exercise. Study. Rest. Fly.
Blake, I said it before and I'll say it again. That's a throttle, not a plow handle.
Exercise. Study. Study the air conditioning and defrosting systems. Study the power plant. Study thunderstorms. Academic. 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 After experiencing brief periods of pride, self-satisfaction, undue confidence, the student will experience much longer periods of pressure, tension, and self-doubt.
You have to relax to fly formation. Relax, man. Relax.
Gotta rush. See you later.
Bob, you simply must relax.
At night, your depth perception is unreliable. Your sense of altitude is always mistaken. Get to know your instruments and trust them.
There are ups as well as downs. But there comes a day.
Well, that does it, Blake. You're through with this bird. Now passing you on to the T-38. Well, maybe I shouldn't say this, but in my opinion, you'll learn to fly someday.
Thanks, sir.
Will the T-38 be hard to fly?
No, nothing to it. The worst is over now.
Who's your new instructor?
A guy named Kendall. Haven't met him yet. He's been on leave. I get my first flight with him tomorrow.
Captain Kendall, Lieutenant Blake reporting.
Yeah, I'm Kendall. Ready to start work?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Just a minute, Blake. I like to start off on a first-name basis. Feel free to use mine at all times. Just call me Captain.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Remember, you're not in T-37s anymore. This aircraft separates the men from the boys. I can see it's going to take some time, Blake.
Bad day.
Kind of. How's Norman?
Norman? Oh, you mean baby. He's asleep. Oh, Norman. No, it won't do.
Fred? Ed? Ted? Ned? Jed?
No.
Okay. He goes through life as Baby. We'll nickname him Babe.
Did you meet your new instructor? What's he like?
It was a mutual reaction. Hate at first sight. Of all the overbearing, arrogant... Remember that guy at the reception? The one who kept staring?
Oh, Bob, no.
Mm-hmm. That's teacher.
Born 50 years too late, Blake. Great biplane technique. Back in World War I.
How you doing in the T-38?
Lousy.
So am I, brother. So am I.
Let's show them that you're part of this hot rod.
That's a good one.
I knew you'd do it.
It'll be clear sailing from now on, honey. Let's go home.
Air power has more than proved its worth in guerrilla warfare. The movie you're about to see shows the F-5A operating in Vietnam. Will someone kill the lights, please? That's basically the same aircraft you call the candy-coated training aid. Looks different in war paint, doesn't it? That's all for today.
Haven't heard you mention pharmacy lately, Bob.
Nope. That was a long time ago. Say, there's a dance at the club tomorrow night. Is it a date?
It sure is. Oh, it's a funny thing. Used to be a date with me had to be made a week in advance. I guess I'm slipping.
That's okay. Long as you slip in my direction.
Excuse me, please.
Kendall just told me, Jeannie. We were scheduled for a navigation training flight to Hamilton Air Force Base next month.
Why, that's your hometown. You'll see the folks.
You know, at first they had us aim for Bunker Hill. But Kendall got it changed. I can't believe he'd do me a favor.
Why not? Maybe you've become teacher's pet.
Oh, fat chance.
He asked me to call him by his first name. It's Ralph.
Good flight up, Blake. I'll see you Sunday at noon.
Yes, sir.
Have a good time.
Thank you, sir.
Too bad you couldn't bring Jeannie and the baby along.
Well, I got the next best thing. Took some pictures last week.
Let's wait till after dinner.
Okay, let's go.
All the way back to Arizona this afternoon?
Sure, that plane travels 600 miles an hour.
Honestly?
Okay, back to the program, Buster. You had your fun.
TACAN, radar, and ILS. ADI/HSI. Hypoxia. Newton's laws of motion. IFF/SIF. Night indoctrination. APX-25. And the student will be able to jump 10 feet first. Remove parachute harness. Remove tennis shoes while still in the water. The student will be able to swim. The student will don and properly adjust the LPU-2/P underarm life preserver.
Not a whole lot of time left, Bob. They'll be passing out assignments soon, won't they? Do you know what your class average is?
Well, it's good in all 3 grades. Military, academic, and flying. Looks like I'll get to choose my assignment thanks to Ralph Kendall. Through his help, I got a top performance rating. You know, I kind of like that guy.
Ralph. Doesn't sound too bad, does it?
If you're thinking what I think you're thinking...
Well, son, you've got an A. It's Ralph. Ralph Blake. How about that?
This is what it is all about. This is the triumph over a long struggle. This is the reward, one of many, for persevering through the year of 53 weeks.
Thank you.